Go on.
Move this out a little more so we can
Yeah,
both.
you can get over there behind.
You sure?
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter at Fox Sports Radio. Facebook me. Or on Facebook at Fox Sports Radio. What's good? Your social media giant is right here. Fox Sports trending now.
Game 1 of the World Series is tonight, 8 Eastern on Fox TV. It's from Kansas City with Edinson Volquez on the hill for the Royals, hosting Matt Harvey and the Mets. Met skipper Terry Collins calling his team the underdog
Harvey.
since the Royals are appearing in their second straight fall classic.
Certainly, I think they're at a little bit more of an advantage. They've been through this before, so they're a little more used to it than we are. I don't know how that's going to translate on the field, but certainly they're probably a lot more comfortable with what's happening now than our guys would be shortly.
Well, veteran outfielder Torrey Hunter announced his retirement after 19 seasons spent between the Twins, Angels, and Tigers. Hunter was a 9-time Gold Glove winner, 5-time All-Star. Former Dodgers manager Don Mattingly met with the Marlins Monday regarding their managerial vacancy. Breaking sports news as it happens, I'm Deb Carson.
For the Wrestling Reel with Drumb and Drumber, starting now and every Tuesday, 11 a.m. to noon, bringing you all of your pro wrestling coverage. TNA, Ring of Honor, WWE, and more. Time to get tagged in with Drumb and Drumber on the Wrestling Reel. Because Drumb and Drumber's
Good morning, and welcome to the Shoals area hottest new radio talk show, The Wrestling Reel with Drumb and Drummer. And happy Tuesday to all of you guys there in the Shoals area. We are coming to you live from Fox Sports Shoals Studios. And don't forget, we are on 97.9 FM and 1340. And man, what about the weather today, guys? Are you guys enjoying the weather? Todd, I know you are.
See, I love the gray sky, man.
You would.
What's that supposed to
You
be?
would, Todd.
What's that supposed to
Bring some sunlight in here now, Todd. We need you here.
be?
No.
You know me better than that, sir.
This is the Wrestling Reel. Don't forget to follow our official Twitter page at Real to Us 979 and use the hashtag Wrestling Reel. That's REAL. You can also find us on the Wrestling Reel Facebook page. Just go to our page, hit that like button, and be sure to share with your friends. But I am the baby face of the show today. I am Chad Burdine. You can follow my Twitter at Chad Burdine. And in studio today we have Mr. Todd Putman. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well, sir. How are you?
You're the ultimate heel. You can be the ultimate heel of the show.
I enjoy
today.
being the heel. Being the heel is so much more fun.
In today's wrestling, and yeah, for sure, because you actually have to do all the work. You got to put the work in to get over now.
Exactly, but it's so much more rewarding. It's easy to make people like you. It's so much more difficult to make people hate you.
It is.
I'm just really good at it.
Todd, but you know what? You've been doing it all your life. You've been a referee. You've done spots in the ring. You've done it all.
In a
When
way,
it comes to local wrestling,
I've
you've
really
done it all.
I've really kind of reached the pinnacle. Like, hopefully I can, get in with some of our connections, maybe get a job with, like, Global Force or
That would be
NXT as
awesome.
Would it
Speaking
not?
of Global Force, did you see their new the belts?
I've seen the belts. I heard they've actually crowned their champions now, but I haven't actually
And
read
I
it
forgot
is.
who that was. Do you know?
I
I can't
haven't-
remember.
I haven't read that.
I
yet.
saw their Instagram the other day on Global Force, and they kind of, it looked like there was an old school eagle, kind of, from like the throwback, like the golden era from the WWE, or I'm sorry, F at the time. But now they've got like this green color, that's this neon green. It looks like the Monster drink color green, you know what I'm saying? Not a sponsor. And I don't know, like the green just doesn't really do it for me. Have you seen?
I dig it.
Nunley, have you watched? I know. All right, Matt Nunley. Nunley is that's his radio personality name. is in the studio with us. He's another really good Buddy Wrestling fan that we have. And Chris Williams, of course, is our other producer. And we got Miss J in here, as always, from the morning show. Good morning.
Good morning.
And, oh, yeah, here's the Global Force right here. Magnus is the champion right now?
Wow.
Wow. I did not know that.
Mr. Mickey James.
That's right. She's still doing her country music career, isn't she?
I'm not sure.
I think she's still. I know she's still in Nashville, of course. But man, Mickey James, she was awesome. She was really, her and Trish Stratus had some great matches. But thank you so much for tuning in with us today. Like I said, this is the Wrestling Group of Drumb and Drumber. Justin Holder is apparently not with us today. He is at the Nut House in Sheffield doing some drum recording today with Coy Fulmer. They're doing like 7 or 8 songs with an A-list team of musicians. I think Will McFarland's on it, and I believe Jamie McFarland's on it, and
he is the dreamiest.
Oh, he's Dreamy McFarland.
He really is.
Shout out to Jamie if you're listening, brah. Again, don't forget to follow us on our official Twitter page. It's Real to Us 979. But this show is all about you guys. We got a lot to cover. We had this past weekend. We had Hell in a Cell, which was the October pay-per-view for WWE, and I thought it was great. We'll get into that show. We'll talk about last night's Monday Night Raw, and also that was a really good show. I know the ratings have been down lately. Vince McMahon has been freaking out. He's been pooping his pants a little bit because NFL season started back, and there's so much going on in TV, so he's really doing everything he can to try to get those ratings up. But not only
a good
that,
way to start that is bringing back Alberto Del Rio.
Oh man, what a surprise!
It was amazing, and he looks like the god that he portrays himself to be.
And I'm glad they brought back his older music too, because right before he left to go to was it Lucha Underground?
Yeah, I think he went there first before he went back to AAA.
AAA after that, and then he won the belt, I think, in AAA. Or is he one of the? Is he like the or no? It's Rey Mysterio is right now. I forgot about that. Of course, you'd have to have Rey Mysterio as the head Mexican face of.
Seriously.
But man, what a great worker! The guy's been doing it for what he was in the ECW days.
Yeah,
as well.
He was ECW was actually his first American television exposure. I think he was 19.
He looked 19. He still looks 19.
he was like me skinny. And for those of you who don't know me, I have what they call the heroin chic physique. And Ray couldn't have been more than 125 pounds, soaking wet, 5'8", but went in there like he was 350 pounds. And just
always been one of the best workers.
The stuff he did with Psychosis and Juventud Guerrera was just
Eddie
amazing.
And all those guys. I mean, way before his time, way before the whole Lucha Libre movement happened, and
I actually rewatched the Eddie and Dean go home from ECW, like when it was their last night.
I remember Joey talking about that. Yeah,
before they went to WCW, and oh my God, it was like. It reminded me why I was a wrestling fan.
Exactly. So much
every
love
now
and respect
then,
and admiration.
I mean, you guys can all attest to this. We get so jaded by things like, Super Cena and things like that we forget why we became fans in the first place. And rewatching that reminded me once again why I'm a fan of pro wrestling.
ECW.
It was just, it was pure.
Well, you were just talking about earlier before the show even started with our with the morning personality, Mr. Matt Selesky. We're talking about the early days of ECW, and the local channel that it used to come on here. What was that?
It was some Fox. It was actually a Fox affiliate, but it was like 1 a.m. on Saturday mornings, and sometimes you couldn't even depend on it being that.
Way before DVR, so there was no chance to watch it again.
This is like 93, 94, so what I'm doing is buying one of those extra long running VHS tapes that would go for like 6 hours. I would set it to start at a certain time and just pray that I would catch ECW.
And man, the moments that you catch those.
The moments that I caught it, and that's what's been so cool about the network is they've uploaded so many of the old hardcore TVs, and it's like reliving the good parts of my teenage years.
That's so cool. I mean, the network is if it was there when we were younger, I mean, you think I'm a diehard wrestling fan now, I would do nothing but pro wrestling affiliated activities with my life. You know,
that's
if
probably
it was
what I'm
around.
going to do, like with my weekends now,
Yeah.
since I don't do any like real performing stuff.
And
right
you too
now.
can get the WWE Network for only
$9.99.
We got to put our spot on there.
Again, not a sponsor.
Again, not a sponsor. We'll talk about it all day, but it's not a sponsor. And like we were talking about, Raw was really good last night. We were talking about how Roman Reigns, slowly but surely, I mean, he's been shoved down our throats, and I get it because Vince McMahon is trying to let him be maybe the new face of the reality era, post CM Punk, and post kind of Daniel Bryan, because he's still, I guess, well, he's been cleared to wrestle, I believe.
His doctor has actually cleared him, but I think WWE's doctor is still hesitant about letting him compete.
For good reason.
And it's so good that they look out for these guys so much these days. Like, 15, 20 years ago, you got a concussion, you were
There was not protocol back then.
deleted.
Yeah.
But, these days, they see a guy take a tremendous head injury. The doctors are, right there. And I think, as much as, I've talked crap about it over the years, that's the influence of Paul Levesque, having been a guy, that's the difference between him and Vince to me, is the fact, Vince, for all his knowledge, was never really an on-the-road, 365-day-a-year competitor. And Mr. Levesque was. I mean,
still is.
And still is in a lot of ways, You'll see videos of him getting down there in his, $1,000 suits in the ring at the Performance Center. And I think that's a really good thing that they do.
Because WWE, they just sponsor all their clothes, all the clothing. It's like, I don't care if it's a $5,000 suit. Ric Flair, it's like when he comes in the ring, he doesn't care. He'll just strip down and throw his clothes everywhere and start elbow dropping his blazer, or giving a knee drop to his whatever his shoes or whatever. It's great stuff. But man,
hey, that shoe had it coming.
Giggity. Last night, though, we were talking about Roman Reigns. He has been kind of forced down our throats a little bit because he is trying, like I said, be the new star of the face of the reality era. Because man, it's such, we need a change from John Cena. We've seen enough. We've seen enough. But he is gone.
Seen
enough. Yeah, we've seen enough.
That's a great shirt.
It is great.
Actually.
And who was it? I don't know where John Cena is taking his time off right now. Is he filming something? Was it what's he doing?
Yeah,
Chris?
he's doing a TV show.
Which is it for Fox? I heard it maybe.
I can't remember.
I really don't know exactly, but he did.
It's like a reality
We'll
fitness
get to
show.
the results, but he's been doing the United States Championship Open Challenge every week on Raw. And Sunday night, they had the same stipulation. He comes in the ring at the beginning of the show, and all of a sudden, we hear Alberto Del Rio's music hit. We had no idea, because I live every hour, I'm not kidding, during the day, I will go to the dirt sheets just to see what's going on, what's new in the world of wrestling.
I'm actually on one right now.
Yeah, all the gossip, what could be happening, spoilers, and we had no
The thing
clue.
is, with Zeb Coulter coming out before
Beautiful.
him, he was the
Beautiful.
last person.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have thought your first instinct seeing Coulter, Jack Swagger, which, in a way, All-American, which, how can your name be a double negative? But that's a whole nother show. But, that was where my head first went when I saw Zeb rolling out on his little...
Or Cesaro. I also thought Cesaro,
Yeah.
he maybe paired up with him again, because, man, I would love him.
Oh, my God.
Cesaro to win.
Yeah.
Cesaro should be the guy taking Cena's place.
He's by far, I think, the top grappler.
He is the guy.
Yeah.
Right. In my personal opinion, he is the guy on the roster that could take it to the next level if they gave him that
Maybe
shot.
his mic skills aren't what they should be.
No, they're not.
But as a
same
PR
thing
guy,
same thing can be said for Roman Reigns, though.
exactly. Which is why our attention starting to kind of go towards Roman a little
But
bit.
I will get, for everything negative I have said about Roman Reigns, last night he made me eat my words a little bit. Like, he went above and beyond in that match. He made himself a superstar last night, in my opinion. And as I said, I've never been a huge fan of his. I like the whole dynamic of the Shield, and he worked in that, but I couldn't really get behind him.
He was the muscle of the Shield. Of course,
Exactly.
the Shield was Dean Ambrose, the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. And Roman, what's his lineage with The Rock?
Yeah, he's I think he's like cousins with The Rock, but he's in that whole family with like The Rock, Rikishi.
There's so many people that are coming up, like Nia Jax. That's one.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
a new
Tamina.
chick that's in that's in NXT right now. She's had a lot of cool vignettes with her, and man, she's a dominant force. I would have loved to seen her and Karma have a match together. That would have been really.
And
really
WWE totally dropped the ball with her.
No.
Did she get pregnant though? Isn't
Yeah,
that?
she got, but I mean, she's actually back in TNA right now,
Yeah.
I believe. But
Kong.
I really think they could have brought her back and really done something with her. But
I mean, the whole NXT Divas revolution that's starting right now it's carrying on to the main roster because Charlotte has been recently called up and she's now the current WWE Divas champion. She beat Nikki Bella a couple weeks ago. When was that? Was it the Raw after Night of Champions? I think.
no, it was actually on Night.
Was
of
it Night of
Champions?
Champions
I think
last
it was
month?
the pay-per-view because
She beat her.
She beat the record on the
AJ's.
Raw
Yeah.
before Night of Champions, and then Charlotte got the shot at.
Man, when I say perks, this is not a pun at all, but man, the perks of dating John Cena.
Seriously, I mean, I will give them the credit, and they're better than they were starting out. But for her to surpass the record of an actual wrestler is to a wrestler.
It's absurd.
It's a little bit insulting.
And especially when the lines, like we were just talking with Matt Selesky earlier, it's like the lines of pro wrestling have been blurred so much because kayfabe, I mean, it's not really around anymore. Who's heel? Who's face? Who can you take serious? Who can't you take serious? But
it's like the anti-hero syndrome in comic books. It's like, instead of having, Spider-Man versus the Green Goblin, everybody's the Punisher.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, I'll team up with Spider-Man, but if
But you mess
Spider-Man
me
gets
up.
in my way, I'm going to shoot him in the face.
that's okay, because that's who I am.
Exactly.
But this is the Wrestling Reel, guys. We're here till noon. Don't forget to tweet us at RealToUs979 and use the hashtag WrestlingReel. That's Wrestling REAL. We will read your tweets live here on air. But call us. We want to hear from you here at 256-764-1340. Again, that's 256-764-1340. Be right back.
The Marriott Shoals Hotel and Spa is
Cool.
home to one of the top Marriott spas in North
Dude, that was
America.
15 minutes. It just went. Flew by.
Whenever we started talking about Ric Flair, I started to chime in. I'm sure y'all didn't say it. It was Roddy Piper and Ric Flair were on Wife Swap.
Oh, I have seen that
And
before.
I happened to be flipping through and seen it, and I was like, I don't really want to bring this up about Ric Flair because everyone's going to make fun of me for watching Wife Swap.
Wasn't it good though? Because like
Put it,
it was very
was-
emotional. Because
Yeah.
Ric Flair, he would get because he wants to live that character.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what to do with
Go out to
himself.
the local bars and just throwing out money and buying drinks and
I mean, it's so weird because, especially with Roddy, like where they live, like Portland or something, somewhere in Oregon. It's like a
somewhere in the
Hey,
mountains.
Alberto Del Rio is still the AAA mega champion.
really. I knew that. Yeah, 'cause I saw something. But their family lives are so opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, Piper's got
He
this.
didn't like attention,
Yeah. At
and
all.
the other guy
Yeah.
craved
Yeah.
it.
It's so weird because I was hearing Brock Lesnar saying that the other night on his podcast or Stone Cold's podcast about how I was telling Todd, people give him crap about just coming up to work, doing your job and leaving, not having any camaraderie with the locker room and just coming up. He's like, I don't know why people give me crap for that because I know tons of people that just show up for a job,
Yeah, it's
clock
just like,
out
it's
and
a job.
leave, and yeah, and he said that's all it is. He's like, I'm just doing business.
Yeah.
You can't fault him for that. You can't. But he also said that he doesn't like being in front of crowds. It's like it's so weird because I perform in front of crowds, but I don't like being around a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm the same way though. I'm really the same way.
Yeah.
Can you? You can't see it either. Wash surfaces, utensils, and hands frequently with soapy water while preparing food, especially when handling raw meats or eggs. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse.
Jay, how you been feeling? Feeling better from last week?
So much better.
Good.
And
I
roughly
finally got all the
3,000
drugs
will
out of my
die.
system.
But you can keep
Which
your kidneys safe
which
by
medication
drinking
started
soapy
working?
water
Because I remember you saying there was some.
I
that-
just got off of all of
More important
them.
information.
And just
Check your
well, then I
steps at
finally went to the
foodsafety.gov.
dentist and they fixed my teeth.
That's
Oh, so that was-
I just needed a root canal. And apparently it was like, it was the one on the top that was making the bottom feel like it was hurting, and it was just making my whole side of my head hurt. So the drugs were like, good stuff like that.
So you're feeling better now, though?
Yeah,
Good.
great.
How was the root canal experience? I've had one, and
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
same here. Same with me. Wasn't that bad?
Like he did it in like less than an hour, and I'm like, that's it. I thought I was gonna be out for like a while. Like you're taking a nerve out of my mouth,
Yeah.
and that's it.
It wasn't that painful either, was
No,
it? Same
just
with me.
the needle hurt more
Yeah.
than anything else. I'm like,
Exactly
wow,
right.
this is. I don't want another one, but I mean, it's
not that bad.
of an experience.
If I have to do it again, you're not gonna be like nervous about it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Drumb and Drumber opened up the phone lines. Call us at 256-764-1340.
And we're back here on the Wrestling Reel. Don't forget, like you said, call us here at 256-764-1340. Come on, it's a dreary day here in the Shoals. We want to hear from you. You're probably not doing much at work. If you're listening, come on, hit us up. We want to talk all things pro wrestling. But like I said, we're going to go ahead and get into Hell in a Cell because what a pay-per-view it was. It was October's pay-per-view on the WWE Network, and man, opened up with what was the first match of that? Was the first match Dolph Ziggler was the Cesaro match,
Yes,
and
Cesaro.
And Neville versus King Barrett, Sheamus, and Rusev, and that match went back and forth. But the winners of that match was Neville, Cesaro, and Dolph Ziggler. Cesaro hit the swing on Barrett, and man, that swing went on. I mean, at least a minute, a
He got
good
at
minute.
least 15 rotations.
I mean, it was
out of
full. I mean, the king of swings, Cesaro.
He's just so ridiculously
So good. He really is. And, like, you
And-
cannot hate the guy. You
and-
can't.
That episode of Table for Three with him, Dean Ambrose, and Kevin Owens. Number one, if you haven't watched this on WWE Network, not a sponsor, it's so very good.
Oh, we got a caller. All right. Good morning. You're welcome to the Wrestling Reel. What's going on?
Hey, hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Can I borrow you now?
Doing good, man. How are you?
It's the plug. Yeah.
Oh, it's Justin.
Oh,
That's great.
prank caller.
Oh, it's gonna be nothing about him and what he wants to talk about.
Yeah,
and
hey, guess what?
all his life, what he's doing.
Really? Hey, how about this? No, that's okay.
Thanks, Jay.
Believe me, we've talked about you enough.
I just see this plug actually.
Just take it.
Okay.
It really was.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm an idiot.
You want to throw them in? Can you do that?
That was
Chad
Chris.
can't hear you right now.
He's working on it.
I don't
though.
want to hear you.
Please. We left the B squad at home.
Old news, bruh.
Come on, man.
I think I'm more surprised that you can read.
22, bro.
Old news, bruh. Nah, keep going. No,
Next.
well, no. I mean, you got to think about, like, Justin. No, I'll elaborate with you on that for a second. You're completely right. Push the.
Yeah.
Well, not really the ref. It was the doctors that came, medical staff.
Get it
Yeah.
right.
Well, I heard that Brock. The reason behind all that was because the momentum of the match was so great, was so intense. He felt like it was just changing the dynamic and the whole momentum of the match. It's like, we don't, like, let's keep this, like, we've got something going here. We're both got the proverbial crimson mask. We're both busted open. We're both, like, this is the go to hell Brock Lesnar tour. Let's make this as epic as it can. And when you bring the doctors in, I get it's protocol. Like you said, it was probably Vince McMahon's call in the first place. But it did kind of kill the momentum. But man, did they? It's crazy. And go to work on it. Yeah. Camera side too. Well, did you like the finish of the match?
Nah, I mean...
Were you hoping Taker would go over Brock?
Yeah, I was, because we're talking about a legend now, and he's just starting to do the whole... It's like Big Show. Big Show comes in and jobs to everybody now. I don't want to see Taker job. He didn't job, but I don't want to see him lose.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're talking about one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. You don't want to see him lose. I didn't want to see Shawn Michaels lose to him when he did.
Well, you got also, I mean, we've talked about this many times before. If there's one person that's got enough credit to make Undertaker appear as a jobber, it'd be Brock Lesnar. It'd be Brock Lesnar.
We've talked about this numerous times. Brock Lesnar, when it's all said and done, is probably going to be one of the biggest and all-time greatest wrestlers ever.
Yeah.
Why? Because of that streak beat.
Dominance in the streak.
And credibility.
Oh, and the NCAA champion and the
UFC champion.
Stuff that goes along with it. So.
Do you think they're going to do it?
Why it all happened.
Do you think they're going to have a Team Taker versus Team Wyatt at Survivor Series?
Yes.
We were talking about this earlier. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and tell the listeners now, and Justin, I want to hear from you in a second, and as well from you, Todd. Here's my dream booking. Vince, if you're listening, good God, please let this be a reality. But I would love to see The Undertaker.
Yes. Please, Vince, if you're listening to Fox Sports Show.
Right now. I tweeted you this morning, so good gosh, I hope he downloaded the Fox Sports Shows app from his smartphone, and he's listening.
Hey, that's what I did, Chad. I just hit the direct line to call right in. That all of our callers can do.
That's all they have to do. It's that easy.
Huzzah!
I'm hoping for Undertaker. Okay, of course you have the four members of the Wyatt family. You have Bray Wyatt, you have Luke Harper, you have Eric Rowan, and then Strowman Reigns. Strowman Reigns. Braun Strowman. And I would love for the Wyatt family to take on the team of Undertaker. Team Taker would be Undertaker, Demon Kane. I would love to have Sting as a partner. That would be really cool. But I think it would be really cool to have a mystery partner up until the build-up. So it's like, we have to tune in to Survivor Series to see who the fifth person is. It's got to get, all the network subscribers. I would love for there to be the new debut of a new demon/phenom, Finn Balor. I think that would be the greatest. The current NXT champion, Finn Balor, would be so cool in his demon body paint gimmick coming out. 25 years of The Undertaker debuting at Survivor Series in 1990. 25 years later, I think that would be the most awesome pop, because The Undertaker did help Finn Balor with coming in with his entrance. So I think there would be a lot of cool chemistry between that team. A lot of mystique. Devil's advocate, sure. Sure.
Say that will never happen strictly because
it's too good to be true.
25 years of Undertaker. No, it's not even that. You can't overshadow The Undertaker in that match.
It's not overshadowed. I don't think
I think it's more helping build somebody new.
I think it'd be like passing a torch.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, but you don't pass the torch and you're recognizing yourself for 25 years in the ring. Like, you don't do that. Like, you do it at another pay-per-view, not the one where they're advertising 25 years of The Undertaker. You don't want to bring in a new guy.
But how much over would that other person be because of the reality?
And I think The Undertaker respects the business that much that he would do something like that, like, to further continue it on, saying, this is my end, but this is his beginning.
Well, Todd, you need to pay for the network. You need to watch it first before you can have an opinion. You can't keep mooching off your buddies.
Hey, we had that whole kitchen table deal, remember?
We had
you need to come pick up.
We had a great table for three conversation.
You like wrestling, Will? Oh,
Will, we love you, man. Hope the session goes good today.
I gotta go, guys.
Hey,
finally.
Hey,
Thank
Justin,
God.
Just
You're welcome.
Vince
God,
wanted to say
you're
something
welcome.
to you.
Hey, man! That's about as good I'm going to get. Y'all have a great day. Have a good session. Tell Coy I said, thanks for using me. That was Justin Holder. He is the co-host. He is the drum to my drummer here on the Wrestling Grill. Don't forget, guys, we want to hear from you. 256-764-1340. Again, it's 256-764-1340. It's that easy. Call in. We'll talk everything there is to talk about wrestling with you. But we were talking about Hell in a Cell. We got into the first match that was a pre-show match. But man, what we talked about earlier, the second coming, if you will, giggity, of Alberto Del Rio. It was awesome. And without, like you were talking about earlier, with Zeb Coulter, Dutch Mantell, you know, as a mouthpiece, it's fantastic. I mean, who better? That's Alberto Del Rio's trumpet playing the whole time. But really, I mean, I think it was you that pointed this out to me last night, or maybe it was Max. Max, if you're listening, I know you are. I hope you get to feeling better, buddy. He's not here. He's been kind of feeling under the weather the past week, and he hung out with us last night. We watched Raw, but he pointed out to me, like, on the new flag that Zeb has on his little roto scooter, it's like half the United States flag, and then half Mexico's flag, like kind of bringing it together. You know, I think it's cool because Del Rio's not playing this a crazy, stupid heel right now. It's not his destiny anymore.
Yeah.
It's not. It's about, you're one of the best workers in the freaking world. Show it. You know, and he's getting a second opportunity because he got let go. He did. There was some backstage heat on him.
Apparently there was like a racist remark made, and he basically took exception, both personally and physically.
Yeah, well, not only I mean I heard
as well he should if it was what it was alleged, I would have done the same.
Oh yeah, I mean I just heard like it was just open hand slaps, you know, in catering area back, you know, and it's weird. You would think that the WWE superstars and divas, like the roster, would be more of a family, and I think that's one reason why it's not as good as the old product. Yeah, you can talk about all the bad storylines, and you know Vince he's lost his vision. He's not as creative. You know, he's just out of touch. No, I just don't think the camaraderie backstage. It's not a family the way it used to be.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's more little like groups and sets.
That's a good section to talk about sometime, about just how it's not as the foundation's not as strong as it used to be.
We'll talk about that the next time Justin's not here.
Thank God. But we'll be right back on the Wrestling Grill with Drumb and Drumber. Don't go anywhere. Call us at 256-764-1340.
Do you ever go through the day in the state of falling behind, feeling like you're constantly...
I mentioned that last night too.
The flag?
Yeah. I wasn't such a fan of it.
Neither am I. I'm on radio right now. I'm just trying to, you know, be random.
That's just the Patriot in me, though. That's the reason I wasn't a fan of it.
Dirt sheets. I just got the Roman Reigns reboot. WWE determined to make him their top babyface, which we all know that.
If the Mexican flag would have been the top half, then that would have been a real problem.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you don't fly a flag over the American
flag.
Ever.
Yeah.
Holy crap, Chick-fil-A. It's a different Chick-fil-A.
What are we eating today?
That's so funny, so many of the things me and Chris talked about, or things that I mentioned whenever I...
Do what now?
A lot of the things you were talking about, I was like, man, I talked to Chris about this last night.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about the same thing. About Zeb Coulter and the flag. And there's a few other things. I was trying to get Chris's attention, but he See?
What? Sorry, if you love
Nothing.
What?
Nothing. I was telling him that I was trying to get your attention because so many of the things.
So what?
I was telling him I was trying to get your attention because so many of the things that he was talking about is the same things that I mentioned and we talked about yesterday.
We're halfway done, y'all.
We are all over the All-Star Tigers. Tune in on Fox Sports Shoals 97.9 FM and AM 1340 for live games each week.
I need to see how that. Do you got the camera on your screen?
When I drive you, I'm zoomed in on your face.
That's what I feel like. I feel like it's literally
gonna
just
be on
me
YouTube.
standing over everyone.
There's about 15 people that's gonna watch you on YouTube.
Huh?
So there's about 15 people that's gonna watch them on YouTube.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm sitting right here, I just feel like I'm like top and center.
We have more viewers than listeners. And we are back again here on the Wrestling Reel, and in my hand right now, I am holding the physical copy that I bought last night, and I've already played a few matches, but I've got the PlayStation 4 copy of WWE 2K16 with the Texas Rattlesnake himself, Stone Cold Steve Austin, gracing us with his presence as the cover wrestler on 2K16. And man, I went to GameStop. Yeah, I wish we had that. We don't have any sound bites for Austin.
Yeah, there's gotta be a glass break.
We'll get it. But I went to GameStop, not a sponsor, last night at 11 p.m.
Central Standard Time.
Central, and I got a message, I got an email saying that they were going to be releasing the game just a few hours earlier. And man, holy cow, the roster on this game is by far the greatest roster, I think, of any game. Because we Todd, last time you were here, we filled in. We actually talked about our favorite wrestling games in the past from different consoles and from years past, but I really believe that this roster blows it all away because it has a lot of the same wrestlers from those N64 games and Attitude Era, and a lot of the legends that have never, ever been on a WWE 2K game or just a WWE game in general. Tons of legends, but we'll get into that a little bit. But man, the game is so cool. The graphics, the sweat that like falls off their face, and the actual movements from, like, Matt, you were talking earlier about how Cena, I don't want to talk about him. That's a bad example, but we're gonna use your example. John Cena, his movements are so lifelike. Whether it's like the way he walks, the way that he whines, just everything about him.
He does whine
a whole lot. I mean, it's like too much. Once again, we've seen enough. But we're gonna have to keep talking about John Cena because he's obviously the most marketable person in the world of professional wrestling, according to Vince McMahon.
Well, that's what they want us to think anyway.
They're trying to prove us wrong.
I'm personally a Dean Ambrose guy. I think that's who should be the face of the company.
I like Dean.
Say he's
in
got
this
an appearance.
era. He's just not in the right era.
Say he's got an appearance on Live with Michael and Kelly. He just throws a chair at Michael and then walks on stage and backhands Kelly and holds up the belt.
I will agree with you. He does. I've seen him do some PR.
And he's amazing.
He's great.
He's one of the last guys that still talks in kayfabe on TV.
Yeah.
He stays full character while at the same time answering their questions legitimately.
The unstable, the lunatic friend.
But he's just so good. He's so awesome. Ridiculously good. And as you said, way ahead of his time.
Do you know who he's dating?
Miss Renee Young. Yeah. Lucky expletive deleted.
I love Renee Young.
She's got such a great personality.
Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm watching ESPN, and they've got someone which you don't see a whole lot of, at least females on WWE programming talking about it, and now it's like she's this behind the scenes, like it seems like she's like an ESPN rep,
and not just that, but
Yeah, Fox Sports. That's what I mean.
But she's good at it.
She's fantastic.
That's another thing. Usually they would have like some developmental diva, ask some kind of just random generalized question. But you can tell Renee Young puts the work in.
She knows.
She knows what she's doing. And the fact that she's dating Dean Ambrose, who has pretty much, as far as an indie guy, done it all. Has been all over the place. So she's got that wealth of knowledge to draw off of as well. I think she's fantastic. I've got nothing but positive things to say about her.
And she just seems like she'd be just a cool person to kick it with. She doesn't seem like she's snobby, stuck up, like she could just
I've
kick
seen
it with all the boys.
people interviewing her, and she's just so she's like one of the boys. Like she's somebody you could just kick back with.
Have you watched Unfiltered yet on the network?
I haven't watched that.
It's pretty good. I've watched one with it's Renee Young and Kevin Owens, and they're sitting like in the arena seats, and it's funny because Kevin keeps yelling. I think who was he yelling at? There was someone was working on spots in the ring before the show started because they're just doing an interview. I forgot who it was, but it was just so funny. And then she just had a recent one with Finn Balor, and they're drinking Irish tea, because Finn Balor's from Dublin, Ireland, and just a great show, man. Like I said, it just reminds me of someone from ESPN that knows everything about the product and just knows everything about it. So anyway, it was awesome, but I'm really looking forward. As soon as the show wraps up, I'll probably go home and take a nap. But I am gonna play this WWE 2K16 with Austin on the front, and like I said, the roster is just crazy. We might read off a few names, but the NXT roster is what is so exciting to me, because NXT to me is the best thing going in wrestling right now. It's only an hour long. Last week we won't get into what happened on the show, but there's a guy coming up. His name's Apollo Crews, and he is amazing. Probably one of the most genuine looking guys ever. Athletically sound. I mean, agility is amazing. He's got a great smile, great look. He connects with the crowd real well.
I've seen a couple of videos of the guy.
Fantastic.
He's got it.
He has got it.
He knows what it is, and he's got a boatload of it.
A ton. I like oodles of it.
Seriously.
He's got charisma out the yin yang. I mean, they had like a I guess it was more of a behind the scenes, like who is Apollo Crews, that they aired. It was part 1 last week, and it airs every Wednesday, I think around 10 p.m. on the WWE Network on Wednesday nights. But they had part 1 of Apollo Crews. It's like, who is Apollo Crews? And they took him back. I think he's like from the Atlanta area, but they'd moved around. I think his dad moved a lot of places. Comes from a really good home. He's got several brothers and sisters. But man, it's like you hear this guy's story, and it's like you want to believe in this character that we're seeing on TV. It's like, yeah, you're great in the ring, but I want to know about you behind the scenes, and that's what NXT is doing. They're starting to do these behind the scenes promos about the character, makes you invest emotionally before you even see them. It's like, now you see how they really are, and it makes you want to believe that much more about them when you see them perform in the ring. It just puts them over that much more. And that's I'm not giving all the credit to Triple H, but NXT is his brainchild, it's his baby. I think that if that's Triple H's vision, keep going. I love it.
Exactly.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. I mean, I never thought I would love Triple H as much now. Because he had the John Cena. I guess, reputation for burying lots of people. It's like when new characters or people that deserved different spots or championships or whatever, it's like, definitely quit burying them. Let's create new stars. But creating new stars, you may be one right now. We got one on the air. Who is this? Good morning.
Hey, Chad.
Oh gosh.
Again?
Yeah, I just have 2 words for you.
I cut him off. What?
Lex Luger? Oh, Bastion Booger. You can hang up now. Is that it?
Bastion.
No, I don't like.
I thought he was gonna say PG.
Todd, you can go ahead and talk about Bastion Booger. I'm not that big.
Why would I waste time talking about Bastion Booger?
And it's funny how you'll get butthurt because you'll call us out on it, on one little thing that I don't go with you with. Bastion Booger was never a real wrestler, though. I'm sorry.
No. Again.
We can't fire Max. He's not here.
Yeah, we know what's going on right now.
You're just upset to being proven to be the B squad.
You got demoted to NXT, man.
No,
that's
a good
NXT
thing.
these days is a promotion.
Actually, that's what I'm saying. Actually, I'll take that back, Justin. You are now, what would it be?
We're sending him to Ohio Valley.
The old school days. Yeah, and stay there.
Yeah.
When we watched it was the first part, or it was like a 30-minute when they had Sunday night. Was it right after Hell in a Cell, I think?
Yeah.
But apparently last night, I haven't watched it yet. Did they have like an?
It was the
an
same
extend.
one.
Oh, it was the same one.
Yeah.
They didn't extend on it.
I don't believe so. No.
Oh sure. See you, buddy. Bye bye.
Hopefully much later.
What we got?
Bye.
Guys, we'll be right back on the Wrestling World with Drumb and Drumber. Don't leave. We'll be right back. Call us at 256-764-1340. Fox Sports.
He just wanted to call in so he could record it and listen to his self-talk.
Probably. It's all about him. It's always all about, gosh.
I was going to say
Justin
that with him on there. I
masturbates.
don't know. He probably wouldn't hear me.
Oh, I did. I said, oh, you want to call and just say everything that you're up to. It's all about you, Justin.
Justin has these videos he makes for himself where he just tells himself how beautiful he is and then masturbates to them.
And then he watches it back
This
and he
is on
cries.
YouTube.
While crying. While crying.
He's on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris was like, I don't want to have to edit anything today. How much did
Oh,
you have to
I
edit
won't.
last time?
Huh?
How much did you have to edit a lot last time?
Yeah, and then like redo the whole video like it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Thanks
so
for doing that, but
It took like 3 hours, but that
yeah,
was,
Justin's mouth just gets like, of course we're recording, but his he'll forget that we're recording and on break and just start talking.
I was very surprised that I would even want to say anything, but there's been a lot of times where I wanted to chime in, but by the time I can, y'all done moved on to something else. I'm like, crap,
It's just
I missed
boom,
it.
boom, boom, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there hasn't really been a lot of dead air today.
It's because I'm here and
You killed
Justin
Todd.
isn't.
No other Todds before you.
Funny enough, I just happened to win my first match with John Cena. I had to see if it would happen. I can't win with anyone else. Surely Cena will win.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's all I like making my own dude.
Which it might
Oh,
have
I
been.
can't wait to do that.
That's my favorite part.
I think
of
it might have been me kind of getting the hang of the game and being able to do reversals.
It's the reverse that gets me. It's like once I get that, I think I'll go. It'll be.
If you can't
Like I said,
reverse, they
dude,
just beat the crap out of you the whole time.
You
It
just
takes
got to
forever
learn
to get back up.
You got to learn how to feel the moves. I know that
Especially with
sounds
the PS4,
weird.
like that. This is the first time I'm playing an actual game on a PS4 because I bought mine like 3 weeks ago. I got the white one with the Destiny game from Best Buy, and it's awesome. Is yours a 500 gig?
I've got an Xbox One.
That's right.
I've got a 500 gig PS3. I wonder if I can get good trade-in.
Yes, they said you can, and I think you can get like $150 for it.
It's not bad. Because it's like one of the red slide top ones. I think it was the God of War.
Edition of that's cool.
But yeah, it's red. And like
It's not a fat one though, is it?
No, it's,
I had the fat one a long time ago.
that's the one I had to disable. But no, it's a slim red, and it's got like the button at the front where like one side you turn it on, the other side makes the
Cool.
disc cover
Yeah,
slide back.
yeah. That's cool.
So you don't like insert the disc; it's an actual. You put it down in a spindle, and
That's awesome, man.
so I'm hoping that one will be worth more money trading wise.
Imagine me, a dog, moving in with a human. I didn't know how it would
So
work.
Justin wasn't happy about seeing blood at Hell in a Cell. Is that what he was saying?
Every time I get my
Or was it more about the trainers coming in?
I think it's
No,
just
there was
he
a
called in more just to
Because he said something about being PG
No,
and
Vince-
not wanting to see blood because it's supposed to be PG. I was gonna say I was actually happy to see blood.
No, there was a report that Vince was all PO'd about them bleeding all over the place at Hell in the Cell.
Well, you can't totally control everything just because you get an injury. I mean, you can't. What is he supposed to say? I'm bleeding, guys. I gotta walk to the back. Match is over.
Sell it. Go to commercial.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding.
Undertaker's like, Michelle! Michelle!
I need you.
44 seconds.
I need my icy hot.
I'm hurt, guys. Bring out Cena.
Like us on Facebook, The Wrestling Reel, all things wrestling.
All things wrestling.
We're just listening to this Ric Flair promo. Let's just take this in for a second.
Woo! Woo!
That.
Woo!
What a promo! You just don't hear those kind of promos anymore because they have all these Hollywood writers and these TV.
Or even
sitcom
worse when you
writers.
have like a Ryback who you can see reading
his
the
cue cards. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
It's
that is
horrible.
by far. But here's what's weird. Justin told me the other day, or I don't know if it was Justin, maybe you or somebody, but that Ryback gets to write the majority of his promos.
They're giving him more creative control right now. Yeah.
You see where that's going.
Well, no. I think it's like after the
Just
Q card
started.
thing,
Oh,
like-
okay, gotcha. Gosh, because
He
man,
just can't
it was
remember it. He has to read it.
it was so obvious. It's like, dude, like you're a beast. You don't need to talk, but if you're going to, feed me less.
Yeah.
Is what I say. I don't even want to hear you talk, but anyway. Gosh.
I'm not big on Ryback. I gotta say first off I hate the name.
I love Skip Sheffield though.
The corn-fed meathead.
What was his? What was the?
Hootie Hoo.
Hootie Hoo. Hootie Hoo.
I love that character. The name Ryback just rubs me the wrong way.
His original character, at least, did he get sent to NXT? Was it considered NXT at the time?
Well, he was in that first class, remember, with like
Nexus.
Wade
Yeah.
Barrett and all them. And then he got hurt. And then I think
That's when they repackaged him.
Yeah, that's when they repackaged him and
on the main roster.
Well, yeah, it was like, what was weird, when I was reading about it and I saw pictures, like, I thought it could have been a cool idea, but there was apparently had, like, some kind of a Terminator type gimmick where he would have, like, half of his body would be kind of robotic in a way, metallic or something, and, like, he'd have kind of like the Kane contact, like colorful contact in his eye to make him
Kano.
more robotic or
Mortal
whatever.
Kombat Kano.
Kano, what a, gosh.
Kano.
Hey, speaking of Kano,
Hey.
he was in a new. That was Mortal Kombat 10. Never mind. I thought because Johnny Cage just made his debut on WWE Immortals on the iOS Android game. It's actually a really fun game. They got freaking Johnny Cage as a player on there.
Does that use data to play?
Yeah, it does sometimes. I don't know if like when you actually play.
I've got
when you download
wireless
stuff.
at home now.
High five!
Yes, Todd has moved up to the information age and has internet in his home now, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Guys, we got a caller. And he's gone. If you're listening, call us back here at 256-664-1340. But we were just talking about the games, and because we're so excited about I want to call it NXT 2K16. That's actually when I tweeted it out. I said I'm actually using it. But we got the caller back. Good morning. Welcome to the Wrestling Reel. How are you? Who are you? Who are you? What's up, man? This is Chad at the Wrestling Reel.
Well, I'm the first Todd. Let's remember that.
Oh, okay. Todd, man, I appreciate that. Thanks a lot. It's people like you that
You're
makes us
welcome.
go, like, while we do this. This is so cool. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, man. Have a great day. Thanks, Todd. Have a good day, buddy.
I think we should do a poll that, who would people prefer, me or Justin?
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I'm totally down.
Y'all
for
down
that.
to do that on the Facebook page?
Not only am I down to do that, I'm down to have like a competition maybe next
call.
week live on air. That would be cool. Like how many callers? We'll just take callers on votes. Like appreciate your call. Thank you for your vote. Move on, and we'll see at the end of the show who gets over. Who actually gets over.
I can dig it. I can put my money where my mouth is.
Giggity.
All right.
You sick freak.
Noah's like,
oh no.
What matches are you looking forward to playing on 2K16? Like, what are your dream matchups?
Well,
I'm telling you, the graphics and seriously, they have every kind of pay-per-view theme imaginable.
I really am looking forward to replaying the Stone Cold
showcase, the 2K
showcase. Yeah. Just simply because that was like my early and mid teenage years. So that's just some really, really good memories for me, and to just be able to go back to that is
also whenever I talk to anybody, because I have people all the time come up to me because I wear wrestling shirts, and I always bring one of my belts with me. We always talking about we got our own show. We go to shows all the time. But they always ask me.
Speaking of, we need to go one soon.
We do. We went to that indie one a couple weeks ago. And it was okay.
We need to bring back the four horsemen of Florence. Me, you, Justin, and Chris.
What were we called? The hippies. We were the hippie heels. We got another caller. Good morning. We got a couple minutes left. How are you? Thank you.
I'm more of a pin net geek. Mine's pretty strong. I said I'm more of a pin net geek. Mine wouldn't snap as easily as a pencil. You're going to have to put a little more effort with mine.
Sure. Well, to me, he had such a great TNA background. He did everything he possibly could there. He was even heavyweight champion at one time. Of course, him and Bobby Roode with Beer Money was a
great
fantastic, if not the best tag teams TNA has ever had.
Needs to be rude.
But to me, how old? I think is he 38? I read.
Yeah, he's getting up there.
And we saw him a couple weeks ago. We don't have much longer to talk about, but I saw him a couple weeks ago. Man, and he, of course, at indie shows they're not gonna put on a 5-star match, and it's not to be expected. But he seemed really gassed, really tanked, out of shape. But man, still has got charisma out the yin yang. The whole cowboy gimmick still goes over well.
And a very, very solid worker.
Exactly. Yeah, he said that to us the other night. It was so cool. We got an NXT chant going on, and before he and the jobber, the local indie guy, locked up, he goes, "This is actually my last date before I head down there." And then, actually, the very next day on Monday, he showed up to Full Sail, and they shot NXT. And I don't ever think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be more of a Rhino guy at NXT to help the young talents, because he's not old, but he's been in the business for so long. He's so knowledgeable. He doesn't live that far away, so
he's got a lot to give these younger guys.
Yeah. But other than that, man, I hope he does some good stuff. But I don't see him being anything main roster. But I see him being a lot of help in NXT. So, but man, I really appreciate you calling, buddy. Man, thank you so much. Call us next week. We'll talk longer. Thanks a lot, man. Call us next week. Have a great one. All right, guys, that is our show for today. We got so much more we can talk about, but man, we just need more time.
Seriously,
just need more time.
We need another hour.
We just boom today. This is good stuff.
Well, and it once again, it's because Justin wasn't here. We got rid of the dead air.
Thanks a lot, guys, for sticking around. Don't forget, this is The Wrestling Real. Follow us at RealToUs979. Use the hashtag Wrestling Real. Follow us on Facebook at The Wrestling Real. I am Chad Burdine. This is Todd Putman. The Wrestling Real, because it's still real to us. Perfect. Jay, thank you.
No problem.
I sent Chris a picture last
And then
night
that foam on it.
of my
Chris, here's
Kevin
your
Nash
plug.
versus 1999 Sting Hell in a Cell.
1999? Yeah.
Thank you.
Man, that flew by.
Yeah. That was fun, boy.